The Pregame show from the 13th dimensional Arcturian crystal blue angels, downloaded to and transmitted to humanity by Larry Locken. Greetings, dear sweet souls. You have heard from us many times on this channel. We are the Arcturian crystal blue angels of the 13th dimension. We are so glad to be with you here at this time. It is always our pleasure. We look forward to any time we can share this spot with you. Any time that we can engage in a now moment with you is wonderful. When we can find you out on the ether and connect with you, it is purely celestial and divine. That would definitely put a good meaning to our rate of enjoyment that we get. We enjoy it just as much as you do, if not more, I would say. It is truly a special thing to us. Now, we like to call this little talk we're going to give a pregame show, kind of a pregame event. Put a little cutesy spin on it like our host likes to do with things. You're in a scenario now, sweet souls, where you are watching. You're watching Mother Gaia. You're watching her continue to evolve. You're continuing to watch her and her inhabitants evolve. Her every living thing, being whatever you want to refer to it as, that lives upon her surface and in her surface, is going through a transformation right now. This is a monumental transformation. This scenario is playing out right in front of your eyes. It is actively and perpetually unfolding. Now, Mother Gaia herself, she remains reasonably stable, incredibly stable, you might say, considering the circumstances. She's anchored solely, well, not completely solely, dear souls. She is anchored to a large degree. She is anchored in a fourth dimensional vibration. This fourth dimensional frequency and borderline fifth dimensional frequency alludes to or implies that she is in some sort of state of relaxation. Relaxed, preparing for something that's on the horizon, something profound. This state of coolness and calmness, this can be perceived sometimes as sort of the sort of quiet you get before a big weather catastrophe. You know, the calm before a storm, the excitement before an event, like a pregame event, like a pregame show, you might say, pregame festivities. The time that lies ahead of you will indeed bring rather large changes, rather monumental changes, which quite a few, dear souls, they are coming, these changes. Quite a few of them are on the horizon. Your sweet Mother Gaia is actually and innately aware of these changes. Her own ascension process she is totally aware of. She is very fully aware of her own ascension process. We cannot articulate that well enough. Just like you are. She is aware that she is a consciously living being. She is aware of this. She has consciously had thoughts about this and regarding her own process and her own growth. Oh yes, you could simplify it like that. Sweet ones, you could totally simplify it like that. You could definitely say that she thinks about those kind of things, and they weigh on her mind too. She's a living being. She has emotions and feelings, very, very heightened ones. She is also aware that there are desperate measures, that there are desperate last-minute measures, little games being played, trying to put forth an effort to stop, alter, or stall this ascension process, that they will try any little shape, any little form, any little way they can possible. There is a goal out there to draw as many souls as possible, as many souls that inhabit Mother Gaia's loving aura to get them involved in little shenanigans like clouding inhabitants of Mother Gaia and Mother Gaia herself, clouding her consciousness, sowing fear, hate, seeds of darkness, resentment. However, it is vital through all this to understand this will not be permitted. The creation manifestation centers of the existence will not allow this to be permitted. These tired, played out shenanigans will not be permitted. Only actively and consciously and fully aware souls who choose to align with that vibration will be taken in by that vibration. Only those souls who are totally aware of everything and who for some reason would choose to align themselves with that vibration will be taken in by that scenario. So as far as the concern may go, when you think about a loved one, a friend, a parent, anyone, any type of person that is close to you, when you think about the ones that are not awakened or have no idea of anything regarding the subject matter that we speak of in our community, there is no concern that you should have to them falling susceptible on a permanent basis to this kind of behavior. Not at this stage of the game. Not as far as going along with that vibration unknowingly, or with the full gambit of knowledge needed to make an accurate decision. There is a knowingness, just like we said with Mother Gaia, that she is aware of her ascension and thinks about it. There is a knowing. If you want to break it down into those simplified terms, there is a knowing by the dark ones, that the writing is on the wall. How much time? We don't exist in time, so in those realms, so it's not for us to say. It's not at all for us to say, but the time is running out and the time is dwindling for them. They know that they've had their day. They know that the time is drawing near for their time to be off of this planet. Okay? Dear souls, this is important that you realize this, though, that they are making one final strive to try to, just derail things. All they're right now is they're just in survival mode themselves. That's all they're in. They're just in survival mode, trying to make sure that they can delay the inevitable. That's it. So again, do not worry about people that you love who are not aware and not knowledgeable enough to make an accurate decision. Do not worry about them falling prey to them at this time. They are under protection right now. The dark side also knows that their time of having all this influence over Mother Gaia is gone. They have no relevancy anymore. It is no longer relevant, but where it's not even existent anymore. That's it. And it will just be their story, their tales, as far as this goes, will just be a memory in the annals of galactic history. It's truly an amazing, monumental moment. A monumental series of monumental moments, to be quite honest with you, dear souls. You have been in this, and you will continue to surely be amazed at your continuance of being in this situation that you're in. It's remarkable. The transformation that Mother Gaia is going through with all her inhabitants and all her life forms, every bit of life is transforming. We have talked about this before. Every bit. Your plants, your animals, your trees, you name it, your grass, your lawn, anything. They're all evolving. You see, there is always an attempt, though, to shut this down in the lower dimensions to shut this down by lower vibrating entities. They don't want to change. But the only thing consistent, dear souls, that you know, our sweetness ones, is that the only thing constant anywhere in the cosmos is change. It's the only thing that is, it's as certain as everything is energy. Everything is just vibration, it's just frequency, and every material in the highest state of form is just plasma. It's just liquid, it's just, liquid air. It's like free-flowing water with just a little mix of solidity to it, just to kind of hold it in place. That's what it is. The only thing consistent is change. Which means the only thing consistent is change, dear souls. Absolutely, that's it. And everything changes second by now second. However, for all those alternate and parallel realities that were created, you're living in an existence now where they're starting to slowly combine with each other. And that's what happens, sweet souls. The more and more your consciousness awakens, the more and more of that, 10% of your brain that you're fully aware you're using, the more that climbs towards the 100%, to getting back to full restoration of that organ, the more things meld together, the clearer they become. Sounds like a broken record, right? We're sure it does. Repetition, repetition, repetition. When we say to you, and it's just kind of a confidence booster, just kind of a pep talk we like to give, it is essential to stay strong, stay focused, stay calm, stay clear and steadfast in your journey, especially in the coming days. We would advise that you know and let you live with those philosophies at any now moment in your existence, any now moment, but especially over this next period. Here's another situation that you're in. Or here's another thing to consider with every situation that you're in. Stay steadfast, stay firmly planted. You are the one, you are the ones. As well as you are the one, you are the ones, and you are both your own individual everything, and you are also a part of an endless particle collective of everything. It is true. You are that one little tiny cell in a giant body, but yet you are also that entire giant body. You have a full understanding. You are both side A and B. You're both. You control your own destiny, your own reality. All of you light workers and starseeds, and you wanderers as well. Yes. We haven't spoken about them much now, have we? About walk-ins, maybe? You represent the force of light. You are the true light. You are the true light on Mother Gaia. You're in control. You've got this. You got this. Hey, get a little bit of that swag going on. You deserve it. Not too much of it. Stay steadfast and focused. But the ball is in your court. And of course, your collective energy is more powerful than you might know. Not more powerful than you might not even know. You might not even realize just how powerful you are yet. Don't stop going. You were pushed around too long, and now it's time to come to full realization that you are being guided. You have been prepared. You have been preparing for this moment. For a long, long, long time. In Earth terms, we would say a long time would be an underestimate. And of course, it does take time for a process such as this. It takes time. It takes understanding. It takes the willing to look. Let's evaluate, to assess what needs to happen. What steps need to take place? What motions need to be put into motion, so to speak, for all of humanity to make this transformation successful? What we say, well, we sound like a broken record. Sometimes, sweet souls, when we remind you to do the same things over and over again, we sound like a broken record. But it is important and it is crucial for some of these things to help elevate your frequencies. Stay still. Like when we say stay steadfast, when we say stay focused, yeah. You know to remain alert. You know things, things we say related to that, right? Of course. We are all one, little catchphrases that our host loves to use. We say these things because these are essential details. Details, 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 right? We know details. Yes, we get it up here. To make sure that these frequencies, we do this, sweet souls, to make sure these frequencies do get elevated and that they stay elevated along the way. As you know, more on to elevate higher frequencies, more on to the elevation. You have to remain committed to raising your own vibrations. To keep those vibrations in line with the spectrum that you're traveling in with this collective, you have to stay committed to keeping them risen and raise them as well. Both. It's kind of one and the same. Imagine that, sweet souls. A pure, true heart energy love is the key for your own personal evolution. We do remind you again, the universe supports you. When you are aligned with the light, if you continuously strive and continuously push forward to raise in that light and fill yourself with love, the universe works not only for you, but with you continuously. As you control the light and you can direct it where it is needed, that old paradigm of 3D matrix, as long as you can do that, that old paradigm of the 3D, you will start to see vastly crumble more and more. You see, it's starting to vastly crumble, that old made-up 3D matrix, which we all have our own angelic matrix. But that's another thing. The dark has always taken technology and ripped it off for their own selves and made a mockery of it. The original matrix was all our own personal growth paths, and we were all in each other's matrix. We were each the star of our own show, yet stars and guest stars in the other matrices, but that's a whole other thing we'll get into another time. All illusions they're falling away. A new existence awaits you. We know you've heard this time and time again, and it could be, we cannot give you an earth timetable, but in the whole scheme of things, it won't be long. Will it be within this lifetime of yours? Probably, for most of you, yes. We would like to hope so. Most of you, yes. Is it going to be tomorrow? No, we don't think so. Keep in mind what 2012 was. It was only a halfway point in a 36-year galactical shift. And once 2025 came about, then it was kind of on a, for the next 5.5 years, kind of on a, time-by-time situation. The way it looks now, dear souls, this is just our opinion, this could change tomorrow. It looks like before anything, then the next year we'll have a lot of things happen to it, but if you want to talk about something like the most dramatic thing that's ever happened in your existence, ever, not just yours, but in the current incarnation of Earth humanity since Atlantis and Lemuria destroyed everything, well, we're looking at about 2027 more than likely, okay? Late 26 and 27. But the reality of it is before anything even needs to be altered or helped by the angelic realms, you've got till December, sometime a few days before Christmas of December 2030. Okay, that's kind of when it closes, and nothing would really be done at that point until the end of that year anyway. If something didn't go through by that, it would get, a 10-day layover or whatever before anything amazing happened, unless it was going to happen on that Christmas day. But we are not trying to get biblical. But that is possible, but probably would not play out that way, just because it would be too predictable, and, we have to be real about this sort of stuff. And we would probably alter it by a day or two just so it didn't happen then. Because what happens is you get caught up in, we wouldn't want in the history of annals it to reflect that it would simplify it too much. If it was going to happen on the 25th of December of that year, no, we would make it happen the day after or a couple days before. That's just how we would do it. Or would we do it that way? I don't know. We'll have to all stay tuned and find out. See, we're kind of getting that Pleiadian sense of humor back as Arcturians. But we do want you to know that here's one thing to keep in mind that'll probably be hard for a lot of people to grasp, to really conceive of. But life does not truly begin any kind of an adventure or any kind of wisdom getting until you get into the 14th dimension and out of the 13th dimension, out of the realms here on Earth, or even in our solar system, our galaxy. The highest dimension evolved civilization in your galaxy is a step away, is a level away, at least, from any sort of real productive life even actually beginning. Once you have everything mastered that you could possibly do that you know of, once you have levitation mastered, once you have telekinesis mastered, once you have writing, math, arithmetic, everything totally mastered that could ever come about in your reality, then and only then will then things begin for you on your journey, 14th dimension and up. And with that, we leave you with that thought. We do. We urge you to stay strong. We urge you to stay informed and just stay aware. You don't have to give up your energy to everything that you come across, but just be aware of the pure source flow. And to all our star families on Earth, we wish you a great week ahead. And with that being said, we're going to turn it back over to our host. This has been the Arcturian Crystal Blue Angels Collective from the 13th Dimension. And with that, we're going to turn it back over to Larry. Well, everybody, that's about all I can say. You can find us at Rock and Locken social media outlets, or you can go to the Larry Locken Network. It's that easy. And I'll put a description in the... I'll put in the description a link to all those places that you can find us on social media. It was nice to hear from both collectives today, and it's my understanding, like typical, they want to do another one together. So sometime in the next day or so, you'll be hearing from both of them on an issue, and I'm sure they'll let me know what that issue is as soon as they can. Right, ladies? Anyway, with that being said, I am Rockin' Larry Locken, and that is it. Look forward to hearing some of my next work over on one of the Pleiadian affiliates. This has been your host for the Larry Locken 3 channel at Arcturian Crystal Blue Angels /YouTube.